Have you ever felt like your brain's just like an internet browser with hundreds of tabs open? That was me after a month filled with endless tasks and social events. Completely overwhelmed. If this sounds familiar, not alone here. Our brains, much like computers, slow down when they're overloaded. In research on cognitive load theory shows that we're most effective when our minds aren't just cluttered with excessive information. And over the years, I've tested various strategies to clear the fog and regain control of my thoughts. So in this video, I'll share 5 effective steps to help you declutter your mental desktop, boost your productivity, restore your peace of mind. Alright, so one of the most effective strategies for decluttering your mental desktop is to close open loops. Think of when you're defragging or optimizing your computer for performance, you're getting rid of junk, you're getting rid of other stuff in your cache and the cookies and all of that, and that's taking up all the space. That's essentially what you're doing here. This will not only speed up your cognitive functions, but it'll improve your mental health and your well-being. Open loops can be anything from unpaid bills to unresolved conversations with loved ones, or even just returning someone's text. Why has it gotta be so hard? Each one of these individually might seem insignificant, but when they're all piled together, that could be gigs of space in your brain that you could be using on something else. A study posted by the Harvard Business Review revealed that when we have unfinished tasks, we torture ourselves trying to recite it in our short-term memory until it's finished. Every day I sit down and I write a list of all the pending tasks I have. And just putting those thoughts down on a piece of paper and just get it out of my brain and just clearing up that space to not have to hold all that information in just relieves so much anxiety, and I'm able to get so much more done. I love the book Eat the Frog, where it discusses how you want to take on your most difficult and challenging tasks first, and I found that actually really works for me. Knowing that you already got a huge win for the day, you feel like you're at the top of the hill, and then the rest of the day you're kind of coasting down, just chopping down trees as you go. It's crucial to not only clear out that clutter, but to create an index to organize all the new information coming in. Think of this system like the RAM in your computer. So RAM temporarily stores data for quick access and processing, while your idea capture system holds thoughts until you're ready to work on them, keeping your mental processor, which is your focus, free for all of the tasks at hand. I get random ideas all throughout the day. When I'm sleeping, when I'm in the shower, when I'm driving to work, when I'm on the toilet. The human brain is just not optimized to store random bursts of information for long periods of time. A classical theory proposed by George Miller in 1956 suggests that the average number of objects an individual can hold in their short-term memory is about 7. That means that brilliant idea you had in your sleep about Oreo stuffed pizza is gonna vanish by the time you wake up in the morning if you don't get up and write it down. You could use digital tools. I personally like using paper. It's just more instinctual. I don't know. It's the OG. So I keep a journal or a notepad right by me at all times. So if a thought comes to my mind that I have to keep, it's something I want, maybe it is stupid and it's the middle of the night and I wake up and I'm like, why did I wake up to write this down? But having that book to keep, because maybe 1 out of 100 is something that is gonna make you maybe $30. It's good to have it. Next is performing a media audit. A media audit involves critically assessing all the information that you are taking in, all the content that you interact with, social media, news, podcasts, OnlyFans, and determining whether or not it adds value to your life. Think of this as running a virus scan on your computer, where it's just going through and identifying unwanted potential threats and just removing them. According to a report by the Nielsen Company, the average American spends over 11 hours per day interacting with media. And all this media doesn't actually enrich our lives. It just consumes time and mental energy and drains your money. Best way to conduct a media audit is just to write down all the media that you consume, all the platforms, and just go through one by one and ask yourself, what is it actually doing for you? What's the purpose of it? What are you really getting out of it? If you like silly TikTok cat videos and they bring you humor and you can justify it, keep it. Why not? If my videos are really helping, sick, subscribe. But if it doesn't add any value to you, or worse, if it gives you stress or anxiety and you just like the pain, I don't know why, force yourself to remove it. Or set up your phone where you only get a certain number of apps, or you only get a certain amount of screen time for things every day. It's like a media diet. If you're spending 5 hours on Instagram a day, it's like equivalent to eating a box of Twinkies. And that's not good for anyone. Next is maintaining your body hardware. Computers just perform better when they're not overloaded with a bunch of data and a bunch of just oversized, overused apps. And your body runs best when it's not stuffing its face full of Twinkies all day. Hari Hachibu is a Japanese concept that translates to eat until you're 80% full. It's a daily practice deeply engraved in the culture of Okinawa, Japan, which is known for the high number of people that live beyond 100 there. It's about training your body and mind to recognize these states of satisfaction before you go overboard. Basically just never allowing your hard drive to get so full that it can't operate. It's the same thing with computers. You always want around 80% full capacity on your hard drive because anything over that, it starts to run really slow or you're no longer able to download certain applications and it's just no good. I did a dedicated video on Hari Hachibu last year, and if you want to watch that one after this, definitely do it. But having done this for over a year now, there's been a lot of health benefits. It's helped me reduce stress and manage my weight, and I've noticed that my afternoon energy is up a lot more. A study published by the National Library of Medicine shared how a restricted calorie diet like this one helps in slowing down the aging process and preventing a number of inflammatory diseases. It takes about 20 minutes for the brain to realize that the stomach is getting full. And I think that's why those people in those food eating contests are able to do that for so long, because it really only is like a 10-minute long race and your brain doesn't even know what happened until 10 minutes after you're finished. So just slow down when you eat, okay? And one Twinkie at a time. Now we have unplugging. I just looked around and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 screens in my face right now. If all these screens were on at the same time, I wouldn't be filming right now. I'd probably be looking at the viewfinder and checking my hair while I'm texting my mother-in-law and playing Ghost of Tsushima. And, let's just close this one. At my job, I am now the IT guy as well. So when problems happen, the first thing I do is I just reset the computer. And 99% of the time, that fixes their problem. There's been so much research shown that excessive screen time can lead to a range of issues including eye strain, disrupted sleep patterns, and increased feelings of anxiety and depression. It makes so much sense. Also, a study from Harvard University suggested that blue light emitted from screens can interfere with sleep by suppressing the production of melatonin. This is why you're not getting any sleep. You're in your bed on your phone, just going back and forth between the 3 apps that you have, and it's not helping. It's been really hard, but I've really started to challenge myself where when I go to bed, I leave my phone in the living room. It's not in my room, and the sleep is just so much better. It speaks for itself. It still is hard every day, even though you can justify you're gonna get better sleep, but it really does help. It really just allows me to just de-stress as I'm getting ready for bed. I don't have all these other things on my mind because I'm just constantly checking the YouTube app or anything like that. It's just out of sight, out of mind, and it just allows my brain to just kind of just clear all of its inventory for the day. And I really think that just making time to unplug shouldn't just be a luxury, but it just needs to be a necessity. But now I feel like my mental desktop is right in that sweet spot of 50 to 60%. Sometimes it's higher in the 70s when things are just chaotic, but I always still have a little bit of space open, and I'm just constantly closing out tabs, making sure everything's clean, and I'm obsessed with doing that on my computer anyway. I'm always closing it out, trying to optimize it for optimal performance. So why can't I do that with myself and my brain? Hopefully this video helped you. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. There's a ton of other videos that I have in my library that are just waiting to get watched, and I hope that you would go and do that. I'm gonna unplug. I'll see you in the next one. Later.